What's going on? Today I am back at the workshop with the taxi and it's having its yearly MOT. Fingers crossed it's going to pass. Let's wait and find out. First job on the list is to test the emissions. This is called a fast idle test, where they hold the revs to about 2,500 RPM over a period of time, and the computer will work out if the emissions are within the tolerances. I appreciate you can't see the computer screen, but please take my word for it, they were well within their tolerances and it passed, giving me one less thing to worry about. Next job on the list is to test the brakes to make sure they're working efficiently. Front brakes, all good. On to the rear. This is basically a roller machine where it will spin the wheels for so long, tell you to apply the brake, and then it will measure the force. Now, I don't understand this fully, but I think this is all to do with making sure that the wheels are on there and it's going around to the right speed. Also a pass. Now on to the handbrake. I don't know about anybody else, but I certainly worry when it comes to MOT time. And I know I shouldn't have anything to worry about, but I still find it really stressful. And look at that, a hat trick, another pass. You'll notice here he has a hazard warning lights on for two reasons. One, to make sure they're working, and two, to make sure they are emitting an amber light and no other colour. He will also make sure that the brake lights are working, the tail lights, headlights will function as well. At this point, he'll be making sure that there's no sharp edges extruding on the car or anything that could cause it to injure somebody. I think at this point, he's really just admiring it. I will also say at this point, I wasn't recording, however he did go around checking all the seat belts, wipers, wiper fluid, and of course the horn. And again, it was all good. Time to put it in the air. The purpose of this is to start checking underneath the car to make sure there's no big rusty holes. The brake pipes are not corroded and it's just generally in good condition underneath. As you can see, he's straight under there with a torch. Have a look. Oh, more worry. Now, while I am fully aware that there is nothing wrong underneath, again, it doesn't stop me from worrying. Even more so is the fact that they actually look after the car for me, so they probably know it better than what I do. He'll also be checking the bushes to make sure that there's nothing perished underneath. He does seem to be taking a real hard look at it, doesn't he? Oh, isn't it over yet? Once he's happy that everything all looks in place, he'll then jack the front of the car up and take a look at the suspension components, along with checking the wheels, the tyres, the brakes, to make sure that everything is all good. Starting with the passenger side front wheel, he'll now be turning it from side to side to check the inside of the tyre as well as the outside, along with having a look at the brake discs and pads to make sure that they're all in good working order, and just generally to see if there's any corrosion of any type around the wheels or suspension area. He'll also be checking the front wheel for wheel bearings to make sure the wheel bearings are not loose by just putting a bit of pressure on either side to see if there's any movement in the wheel itself. And then repeat it on the driver's side. After doing this, he will lower the jack back down and then the car will go back up in the air again, and he'll move the jack to the back of the car and then jack the back end up and do the same process again. With the ramp back up in the air, he will now move the jack to the back of the car and then jack the back of the car up. First of all, you have to line up the jack to make sure it goes up on a structural part, and then you will see him start pumping away as it lifts the back end of the car up. Go on, son, you can do it. Before the ramp gets lowered back down, here now just check the tyres to make sure they're not bulged or cracked in any way that could cause an accident. And then he'll just have a quick look for corrosion or any worn bushes on the inside that he wouldn't be able to see once he lowers the ramp back down. And there you have it. In his own words, it looks mint. Now here, lower the ramp back down and take a look at the wheels and the suspension components from the outside of the car. All is looking good. So the ramp will now go up for the final time, so he can now release the jack at the back and push that straight back down to the front, and then the car will be lowered back down. And down she comes. And now comes the stressful weight of being told that it's either passed or failed. Oh, this is killing me. And off she comes.
Wow, with it coming off the ramp, I'm hoping this is good news. I think it's passed.
So, as it turns out, it's passed, which is fantastic news. There's the MOT certificate. All good, all good, all good. So we've got another years of motoring bliss in front of us. Just got to get the police car through now. Still, that's another day and another story. If you are enjoying my videos, please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.